did an entire video on this, but just because we didn't have a jet, the ESPN layoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Didn't you put a video out about that yesterday?
We did.
Yeah. So lots of layoffs going on at ESPN. Lots of layoffs. Tom Pelissero, one of the cuts. I always like Tom Pelissero.
Yeah, he's great. Charles Davis, great. They're both gone. Those two didn't make sense to me because they're so good at their job. And we're talking about NFL in the NFL, world. But yeah, I think they laid off like 8 on-air people. Cam Newton gone.
Yep.
Ryan Clark made the headlines. No, and these are not recession indicators. I see that in the comments. ESPN is still very profitable. There's all like when companies merge, this shit always happens, right? Because you get duplicate roles, you get all this other stuff. But I was trying to like look through the numbers for ESPN for 2025 and their revenue in the sport. Like you go into Disney and their like earnings reports and their ESPN, their sports earnings, their revenue was up, but their profit margins weren't. Those were down. So the amount of profit they were making was lower, even though they generated more money. That's where I think a lot of this, and that pisses off shareholders or makes them nervous. That was my understanding of, one reason they try and justify these things. The other weird thing though is like Tom Pelissero, for example, I think he'll be fine. He's very good at his job. I think he'll have another opportunity. But it is like you can use, and Cam Newton kind of talked about this with you can use a platform like ESPN to just continue to build your own brand.
Correct.
And there are so many examples now of like, and it's a lot of guys getting to like those top tier positions at ESPN, and then they get fired or move on, and then they just do their own thing and have more freedom and autonomy of what they want to do and talk about in the sports world. It's bizarre. And like, I go back to Dan Patrick being like one of the first to actually do that. Yes. He left ESPN. He started the Dan Patrick show in an attic with the guys he brought over, the Danettes, and did it the old school way where he had to strike deals with like radio and distribution networks that way. But he's been doing that for a long time. And now it's just like everybody who leaves there ends up being fine, which is weird. So yeah, it's tough. It's a tough business.
It's just, I think there's just more avenues, right? Yeah. Like that's because even Cam Newton has had his own thing, on YouTube.
He was doing his own thing before the ESPN opportunity. Right. So like he was only there like a year though. He signed an extension last year, I believe, Cam Newton.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks to see people laid off. It's just a matter of what ESPN is going to continue to look like, because I don't know, man. I mean, but this has been going on for how long now? Yeah. I mean, years and years and years and years of just like it hasn't been great, because McAfee is like, they have McAfee and Stephen A. Smith, right? Which are going to draw a lot of eyeballs. And I think that is their business plan. And that's it. It's like, okay, as long as we keep on at least getting views and we're getting all these numbers, then we're good to go.
Yeah, and they lease McAfee's show from him. So he runs his show as his own production company. So his salary goes to like funding the entire show, all his employees, his guys. Yeah. I believe First Take is actually still the most watched show on ESPN. So like on the television numbers, I believe First Take outperforms McAfee. But I think in the secondary market on YouTube and with the younger audience, that's where McAfee's show outperforms. Like it's all, you have to be everywhere. And that's what, and like ESPN used to build the talent. Now they just wait for the talent to build themselves, and then they go out and target it.
And then they lease the talent. Yeah.
And actually a lot of that talent comes from Barstool. Like McAfee started at Barstool. Bussin' with the Boys, they're going to have their own college show on ESPN now. They started at Barstool. So it's like Barstool's becoming this weird sort of like
feeder into
feeder
ESPN.
league for ESPN. That's crazy, dude. They're not knocking on any of our doors yet. That's all I know.
You just have to make an album.
Oh my God. Okay, the two things that will surprise me the most, it's if Jake Paul is good at football and if McAfee's album gets an Emmy.
I have never, ever needed a clickbait punishment more. Oh, it is. If we still do clickbait, which we'll see if on Random Thursday, it's like, oh, are we doing a show today? And everybody says yes. That is, I feel like it has to be Tree again, too. Just because Tree had to do the Le'Veon Bell album, you had to do the Antonio Brown album, and now this is the trifecta, the trilogy.